hopefully one of the first videos of today. Hopefully I'm going to do another stream later. I'm actually going to have Boosted Tuber come back onto the show. He can actually work out for me. It's having a little heart attack right there. So I'm going to show you what I did in order to pick out these decks. I already filtered it out. I'm glad that PTCGO let me filter out what I needed, and it actually has the whole Sun and Moon series right now within its and everything that's legal after. As you can see, it's from the Sun and Moon Black Star promos all the way to the Celestial Storm. Now I just gotta get a stage 2. I wish it would have GX rather than anything else. Actually, yeah, it does. Thank you. Not all GXs are, as per se, stage 2. A lot of them are basics. As you can see immediately, these are stage 2. I was hoping it'd bring, oh, it's by typing right now, or alphabetical. Yeah, it's by alphabetical. And so how I chose this, I am going to start off with every post rotation series. So for example, Sun and Moon was the first expansion that we saw that was Sun and Moon series, and so I'm going to start off with Sun and Moon Black Star promos and the Sun and Moon base set. After that, a couple of videos will be in Sun and Moon Guardians Rising, and you get the idea there forward. So within the Sun and Moon, we had a lot of options, and it was pretty tough to see what our options were. And immediately, some of these are not. Do you remember when Gumshoe was a big thing? So Espeon was the thing that caught my attention the most, and I couldn't figure out what else I wanted. I wanted something that we all knew and loved at one point. I wanted to do Lapras, but I feel like Lapras was a tier B since we're losing Max Elixir. Snorlax was actually, I believe, one of the first. It was the 5th promo. I just remember it being in December of 2016 and it coming out. I feel like this was one of the better choices because, like I said, it was one of our promos that we know and love. And it was one of the first ones that we saw. Garb got kind of a hype. I know Garb isn't necessarily from Sun and Moon base, but it is a pair well with Espeon. If I do find more Garbotoxin or more Garbos, I will pretty much pair them up with. But I could see this as the main one that we see with Espeon. And this is probably, if we just did a solo deck with the Garb, it'd be paired with Espeon as my personal favorite. So I'm actually gonna avoid doing that. For giving me that reaction before. Okay. Here's to a new one. That's a whole lot better. I just had this laptop replaced. So I'm going to give you guys about 10 seconds as of right now just to pause the video. Maybe this is the live stream, but 10 seconds if you're watching the YouTube video. I'm going to pause it so you can copy the deck list if you want to continue later on. Fantastic. So one of the first things that I noticed immediately, we lose Garbotoxin and Garbodor. And this is kind of an issue because Espeon doesn't necessarily run on the abilities, but it does shut down the abilities, and it's able to switch damage and get damage around out there, and spread it. Garbodor comes in, knocks him out with its Trash Lance attack. So we lost Floatstone, was one of the biggest issues. We also lost the Garbotoxin, which was another issue. And it's solely now just focusing on Espeon doing its Psychic and Garbodor doing its Trash Lance. We see Divide GX, still one of the major ones. And I did this one. It does still need some fine tuning, but I had it with the concept of focusing on Garbodor and Espeon GX. Now, if you don't like the deck list, the first thing I can immediately think of is switching it out for the Tapu Lele Psychic, where we can move the damage around. And of course, we're doing a lot of damage spreading as is. So let's start with the pros, and I'm going to start timing myself for our 10-minute deck analysis. And so give it about 12 seconds. You can still start at the deck list. And I wanted to make sure I'm timing myself right because I could go on to a long explanation. And here we go. So we're going to start off with a 4-3 Espeon GX line. So 4 Eevee, 3 Espeon GX. And I thought this was kind of a good number because as you can see, we have 16 Pokemon. And so I wanted to keep it kind of low and make sure that it was focused on an energy acceleration. So it gets in a good number for the 4-3 line because most likely turn 1 we're going to start off with the Eevee and we're going to maximize the potential to start out with an Eevee. Attach to Psychic Energy and bam, we're ready to go. We're evolved into Espeon GX. So Psybeam, as we know, does hits per 30 and the effect leaves our opponent's active Pokemon confused. Psychic is more for later to mid game. End game, but it does 30 more damage times the amount of energy attached to our opponent's Pokemon. And see, right now, who knows what's going to be in the post meta. I have a pretty good idea. There is going to be a lot of energy, as I can notice. I'm seeing a lot more Pokemon have a lot more energy cost, and 3 energy attached to attack is pretty common. So Buzzwole to be fully powered up, it takes 3. I mean, this would be an instant KO. Buzzwole is taking a 3. The GX is taking 3 to attack, fully powered. Attacking with Psychic will be an instant KO practically. Rayquaza GX is also requiring 3 energy right now, so that's an additional 90. And the numbers should stack up. We're also going to see a lot more items flying on the table, because we're getting better and better items. And Divide GX, maybe we can get that early knockout on Zoroarks, like Baby Rockruffs, whatever else is out there. 2 Lele's, I thought about putting 3, but I feel like since the deck moves within itself and it's pretty consistent, we didn't need 3 Lele's. This will ensure as less clutter as possible. And plus it can also heal our Pokemon on the bench, which is really good because we're running nothing but Psychic and DCE energy. So now Trash Alliance. We did lose the other Trubbish, not too much of a damage to the deck, but the other one did discard a energy off of the opponent's view, landed a heads. So we're focusing on a 4-3 Garbodor Trash Alliance. And see, as I said, there's going to be a lot more items within the decks that are about to come. And this deck is also a good example of that. So this deck is also not meant to be scared of being typed. No matter what's going to happen, it takes only 5 items. And 5 items is super achievable even if you're being super item conscious. So even if you're being typed, it really doesn't matter. I dare you, I challenge you to play this deck without using 5 items and being typed. And there's still a choice ban at that. So Trash Alliance hits for 20 damage for each item in our opponent's discard. Not more to say to that. Buzzwole runs a lot of energy, or a lot of items, and we'll also see a lot of that. So it's an easy KO. We're running Choice Bands to give it a nice boost for our GX attackers. So 30 would be the base, and then 20 would also be including the amount of items. So not much to say about that. So I didn't realize this until last night. I was building and playtesting. We have Acrobike. Acrobike hasn't actually been seen since. That did not give you the one I wanted. Acrobike hasn't been seen since Primal Clash. If you can notice, some of y'all noticed, there is even a secret rare version right now of Acrobike. So I'm also pretty excited to start putting it in codes to get my secret rare items to start boosting up these decks and making them more aesthetically pleasing. But the reason why I have 4 Acrobikes in this deck is to make sure that this deck is speeding up as quickly as possible, therefore making sure there's more consistency. As you can see, we're losing a lot of draw support. There's not even a lot of items in this deck, or a lot of supporters in this deck. As I said, this is meant for speed. 2 field blowers to enhance our chances of knocking off items and tools attached to our opponents, make sure that we have stadiums. Now, what I love about this deck, and has the wonderful consistency of Mysterious Treasure. Now, our deck runs nothing but Psychic, which is a plus for us because we get to discard a card from our hand, and if we do, we can search for a Psychic or a Dragon Pokemon, reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle your deck. So, I took this off with the same concept of the Ultra Necrozma from Expanded, and if you haven't seen that, please go look at that video. So there's 4 Mysterious Treasures because we can always get rid of an item, which is a whole lot, or get rid of something, which is a whole lot costly than Ultra Ball. Ultra Ball requires you to throw away 2 of your cards in your hand. Order pad, I put in 2 order pads here to find our items, mostly for that Mysterious Treasure. And it's helping us thin out the deck to get the more consistency that we like to pull out these DCEs. Now, Palpad, I'm running a draw support, and I'm running a Guzma. I think having 1 Palpad in there would be beneficial, just so that we can throw the Guzma back in. Maybe some Cynthias, maybe some Lilies. We're losing a lot of draw support. We're losing a lot of support in general. So, we also have Rescue Stretcher. 1 Rescue Stretcher, not too much. The deck much recycles yourself, as you must always be self-conscious, and you must always be aware of what you are you must be aware what you're throwing away. 2 Ultra Ball. Now, I tried figuring out something better to put. I wanted a stadium, and I could have easily put Poketown. And I wanted Poketown to be in this deck, but I didn't see it. I thought I was damaging my Espeon GX, and I was damaging my Garbodor. I mean, Garbodor can be easily OHKO as it is already, but hey, it is what it is. Now I'm double checking right now. Yes, I am live. I know there was a technical issue last time that I was live. So Ultra of the Moon. As I said earlier, we're losing Floatstone. I could put the board. I can't remember. Skateboard right now. Pretty sure it's called skateboard. I could have put a skateboard in here, but since we're attaching Psychic Energy already, and most of the Pokemon are 2 less, so Lele will basically get free retreat. Espeon will get free retreat. Garbodor will only require that 1 energy that will be attached to it, theoretically speaking. So Ultra the Moon's pretty good in here just to switch out what we need. You know, even get that free retreat if we Guzma. So it's just one of the best stadiums to play with the deck post-rotation. Now for Cynthia, a lot of people will be playing with 4 Cynthia to make the deck as consistently as possible. 4 Cynthia will be required. 3 Guzma. Now, I want to add a 4th, and you possibly could add a 4th. Like I said, there's not a lot of retreat items right now. There's nothing for you to get it free, and there's no Lysander, no Lycanroc within this deck. There's not a card out there except like Pokemon Catcher and Counter Catcher, which would be kind of cool text in here. But Guzma, just to bring it out what we need. And for Lilies, you know, Lilies will always make sure that we have a consistent hand of 6. If not, for turn 1, we can draw up to 8 cards, which I can see very possible doing. Now, Choice Band, 3 Choice Band. Field Blower still be in existence. You know, you could switch out one of the Acro Bikes and put in a Choice Band, since we technically have Order Pad. Now I want to go to Energy, since we're about to wrap up the 10-minute mark. So we have Energy, and we're losing Super Rod, so we can't throw in back Psychic Energy, and we're losing Special Charge. Therefore, we can't even throw back in DCEs. So I tried maximizing this as much as possible. 11 energy is a good number. I wanted to put 12, but it seems a little bit too clunky, and especially since our main attackers only need 1 energy and a DCE to attack. And then we have Garbodor also requiring 1 energy for its main attack. So it's going to be a very, very conscious game as soon as post-rotation happens. Now with Thunderclap coming in November, it could all change, but for right now, there must be a energy conscience. So it'd be good to play post-rotation decks that will disrupt because there's not a lot of recovery, because a lot of recovery is found within the older sets of X and Y. So enough of that. Let's hopefully find some good games that we can play out this new deck. And our new versus ladder actually started, I believe, last night. So I haven't even seen this. I wish they would have chose a better supporter, but hey, a full art, right? Free or not. 18 days. Actually, I'm a little bit late on this. I didn't know how late I was. Now, before I forget, I will be giving away 1 ETB code to a lucky person, and hopefully I can do this pretty soon. I just wanted to focus on the video. I wanted to also remind people that Team Renin is doing a huge challenge. Now I keep seeing people ask for deck ideas on what they should run. Now I'm not going to say what you should run, what you shouldn't run. You know, there is a lot of Rayquaza hype right now, so take that into consideration as well. I will be entering this tournament myself, hopefully. But please make sure you look at the YouTube tutorial video to see how you can enter into this challenge. And best of luck to everybody. So let's get started. Tablemon's also streaming right now. So hopefully we can get in a game. I was watching him a little bit before I posted the stream. Well, this is actually a really, really good start. The bad thing is about having Mysterious Treasure is not having the ability to get an Eevee. At least we have that one Espeon in there. I kind of do want to shuffle back in Cynthia, but I also have Mysterious Treasure. Or I want to use Cynthia to get 6. I kind of want to use Lily. I'll draw an extra card. Attach Choice Pen. Looks like I'm gonna have to, let's see, 1, 2 is gone. Leaves me with 3, that allows 5. I can draw a better hand. I wish I had Sycamore. I would Sycamore. So initially I would still draw 6. I do have another Espeon in there. I'm just gonna stay up to Lily, because I don't know what's gonna happen next turn. Ooh, this is even really good. Set up for next turn. Now having 3 Espeon also allows consistency because we will also see a lot of possibilities of ending up in our prize cards. Now guaranteed it is a 1 in 60 chance. After we draw our hand, I believe it's a 1 in... After we lay down our prize cards, I believe we end up with 47 cards left. But that's the possibility of having a Pokemon inside the prize cards. So I want to see what happens with this game. Now I'm assuming it's one of that Alolan Marowak. I don't know what just happened. We can even order pad to acrobike. You know, just huge, huge differences. I'm actually gonna go in and already search for Mysterious Treasure. Nope. Guzma would have been nice. I do want to keep up with the support. Setting up another Eevee. I'm gonna look. I'm actually gonna keep Acrobike this turn. And I'm gonna use the Psychic Divide. Or I'm gonna use Divide GX. They were not gonna wait for that. Alright. First win post-rotation. I feel good. Let's start our second game. I think Rayquaza will be the last one. As you know, I am not too hyped about Rayquaza like everyone else is. Um, I just feel it was like an Ultra Necrozma. I've talked with a lot of other store owners on how they feel about Rayquaza. Of course, you know, to them, they see it as another hype like Ultra Necrozma. They see Ray just being the moneymaker right now. They just think there's so many better decks out there that you could make consistently. Huh, alright. Didn't want to start out with a Trubbish, but I have Ultra the Moon, so which isn't too bad. This is a Lapras. Almost a guarantee this is Lapras. So this is the field that we do want to be in. Dang. So they have a Brooklet Hill. There's nothing much I can really draw into that Brooklet Hill. I will replace it with Ultra of the Moon. So that's already one item. I wish I had a little bit counter right here. Already switching. I feel like Lapras GX would have been one of those decks that you want to go second with to start attacking. They already whiffed 2 max elixirs. They have a total of 3 items. Hey, this is not bad. I have Lily. I could possibly. Let's see. Now we have 4 Eevees, 2 Espeon. I'm gonna grab a Trubbish. I'm gonna throw away the Acrobike since I feel like I don't need it much. I'm gonna grab another Trubbish to thin out this deck a little bit to get a perfect 8. Hello? Okay, sorry about that. I just got a phone call. And they're done. I actually want to play with the deck. Not just have an automatic forfeit. Hopefully we can get some good ones in. So they're going first. I didn't see the deck profiles. I don't like trusting deck profiles either. I have the order pads. Now I can actually grab that E-ball. Hopefully turn 1. So this is a Typhlosion deck. Is it all breakthrough? Yeah, it is all breakthrough. So we actually won't see this, but like I said, it's not for us to see. Will be post rotation out there right now. It's to focus on the decks. Will be post rotation. forgot how many days till Worlds, but I know it's pretty soon. Bridget is also one of those cards that we're losing. Now Bridget helps a lot of decks. It helps us a lot of decks and it's in a lot of decks. Fantastic. So let's start off with Order Pad. And we actually hit it. Now here's the 2U ball, here's the Eevee. I don't want to throw away Pal Patch just yet. Well, there's one Eevee in her discard, or in her prize cards. So we're going to actually get one Cynthia in there. That's not too bad. I'll put another Eevee out there. Alright. Not bad first turn. I could see where Escape Board or Skateboard comes in handy, where you don't have to waste an energy. Now, I could attach a DCE and get some early knockouts. I'd also be wasting the DC. They don't have anything. Alright. I'm gonna put Ultra the Moon already out there. I'm gonna throw away this Eevee to get a perfect 6. Awesome. I don't even need choice bands right now. There is Palpat, so I can officially throw back in those 2 Cynthias if I needed to. I do have Lilies. They're gonna stick them more their whole hand. Let's see what they had. So there's all the energy that they were really dependent on. I guess he was missing an Ultra Ball. So there's our Eevee that we want to play. There's Typhlosion already. And it's only attacking for 1. How many? I have to feel like they do have a bunch of items. They don't. 1, 2, 3, 4. They really don't. I'm gonna throw away an Ultra of the Moon. Or actually Choice Band. Get some Trubbish out already. Wow. 2 of the Garbs are prized. I don't want to waste those yet. I'm gonna throw in the 2 Cynthias because I feel like it's gonna be more of a game about Cynthias. There's Cynthia, don't know if that's one of the ones I top decked. Let's see what it could be. Now Typhlosion, I've never played with Typhlosion. It always seems a little bit exciting to play with Typhlosion. You know, it's one of those budget decks. A lot of people did a budget deck based on it. It's one of those pretty cool fire starters. This is actually my favorite fire starter from Gen 2. Now, there looks like there's something going on with the stream, so after this game, I will actually I'll actually see what's wrong with it and why the channel's not actually showing up. And wow, they hit that perfect. They use that energy recycler. Dang. Alright. Well, Trash Lance is up. Should do some major work. Now, I'm going to Acro Bike. I feel like it's time to start thinning out the deck. I will take the Guzma over the Trubbish. And here's the Trash Lance. Now, they only have 5 items, but 5 items is still not too terribly bad. I just want the prize exchange to be a little bit even. Man, they're just hitting all kinds of stuff. Everything that they need. I don't have that Trash Launch. There is no recovery. I wonder what else out there. This is a really interesting deck, to be completely honest. Now, I don't want to buy GX. I don't know how many. I think typically it's about 14 that they run. 14 fire energy. This will do 120. Actually, I'm going to use the Psychic GX first, and then buy GX to get 2 prizes. I'm going to minimize this already to get ready for. Let's see. Hopefully this does not cut out the video. I'm more focused on the stream right now. I feel like the YouTube video already has what it's been looking for. They were powering up. Dang. Alright. So I'm going to drop the Eevee line. I now have a Lele. How many DCs I have? I have 2 remaining. I'm going to get rid of the Altar of the Moon to be a little bit more consistent. I'm going to bring out a Cynthia. Wrong. Ah, we hit the DC. Perfect. 1, 2. Um, Typhlosion is one of the high risk, high reward decks. You always gotta make sure you're doing the right thing. If not, you'll just end up in a situation. Okay, theoretically, one of these has to be a Garbodor. So it's perfect. Even if he hits me, there is 3, 6, 7. 7 items. This is 140 plus the choice band is 170. This is it for knockout. Now I'm going to hit the other one just in case I didn't do my math right. And this is knockout. And 170 as my math is right. Now I'm going to put a hold on this. If this does get cut out, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video as far as it did. I will be playing a little bit more of the video. It doesn't cut out. I have 3 wins in a row, so that's really good. Probably will stop once I break the streak. Hopefully we hit a little bit more um, deck. But I'm gonna check what's going on with the stream.